haven't watched the prime factors kata video, I would suggest you watch that first so that this makes a bit more sense. So this is where we left the tests at the end of the last video. So it's a sequence of facts asserting each of the prime factors individually. So what I've actually done here is transition it from using a load of facts to a single theory, and I've introduced some elements of output into the test logger that just gives you a nice description of what the test actually was, and I'd hope to think it's relatively readable now. So here's the code as we left at the end of the last video. I said this was possibly not the end of it, so I'm going to prove myself correct. We're going to have a look at refactoring this, see if we can make it a little bit better and read a bit better. Well, you can probably see that I've not changed a huge amount. The main difference here is that I've introduced essentially recursion for the second while loop, and I've renamed majority of the functions and variables and things to try and make the code as readable as possible.
As you know, I'm an advocate of test-driven development and solid principles, and pretty much everything Uncle Bob has released into the wild. That's not to say that I do every single piece of code I write correctly. I don't. I'm human. There are occasions when I get stuck, same as everybody else does. There's cases when I write some crazy stuff. There's cases when I just downright get things wrong. Most developers make mistakes. We do things wrong. We don't do things the right way. The difference is those that are willing to and understand how to make them right. That really comes down to err is human, but to forgive is divine, I think is the saying. We could paraphrase that and probably say to error is human, but to write some tests is divine.
Refactoring in itself isn't a dark art at all. It just comes from the confidence to change things. And that confidence inherently comes from having a granular suite of tests that you're comfortable cover the functionality and behaviour of the code you've written. A lot of what you've seen in this video, screencast and refactor, whatever you want to call it, is really not all down to myself. It's down to the tools provided and functions provided by ReSharper. And the key to that is understanding what the tools do and learning how to use them properly. Just having the tools and having all the add-ons and extensions in the world does not help if you don't know how to use them. So my only advice is to dig deep, read the instructions and watch as many videos as you can on how to use the tools you have.